Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
Good,
Michael
Mike.
Bowen, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, so we're going to install some props today, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you normally install props, or is
Every week.
every week, really?
Oh, yeah,
All
we
right.
do hundreds a year.
All right, well, I guess, what do we do first? We got to rip this thing off?
Yeah, we'll rip this thing off, do a good inspection, do our prep work, and then we'll take it inside, do a nice easy install on the WhirlWind, and get you back to the water.
All right, well, let's get to it. What's first?
Let's pull this sucker off.
All right, let's do it. Top one? Got it. Out with the old.
Go ahead and do a visual on this. Just make sure there's no buildup of grime, grease, debris, any kind of rust, anything that needs to be cleaned off. This all looks really nice. It's going to be incredibly important for the new prop to seed perfectly flat all the way on there.
So all our work out here is done. We're going to take the WhirlWind prop, pre-assemble it on the bench, and then come back out here in the sun. So let's head to the shade. So let's lay this thing up. What do we need to do?
We got our tools pulled out.
Yep.
Mallet, a torque wrench, a 1/2 inch, and a 9/16 socket.
All right, what else do we need?
The prop.
The prop, that's it? That's all the tools we need?
That's it. We get to do it in the AC, preset it, make life real easy.
Oh, that's nice. So if I was at the house, I could do this on the kitchen table and really piss the wife off. And
Oh yeah, it's always good to lay out all of your hardware prior to putting it together, just so you can do a count. Everything's listed in the installation instructions, so you can verify it against it.
now, what do you think about the WhirlWind through bolt design for their hub?
For these two blades, like we're doing today,
Yeah.
it makes it incredibly convenient.
Okay.
We can do all of our preset like this, and then just weasel it in the cage. You don't
Right.
have to stand out in the sun and sweat like we were taking a power shift off.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, man, if I wanted to, I could set my prop to where, you know, my RPM is ideal, 2,900 RPMs. And if I wanted to, like, dyno against another boat, I could take the boat prop off, totally not change the pitch, throw it on another boat.
And the proof is in the prop.
Yeah.
It's not going to lie. You can tell if you have a stronger motor or he has a stronger motor or whatever it is.
All right, so we got the 2 halves, and this is all trash. All right,
Wait, Michael, there's a spacer plate in there that we need to put on the hub.
spacer.
Taped to the outside.
How important is this? This is like,
important.
is it?
If you want that easy installation, that's where it's at.
So, don't forget to take off your hub spacer, taped to the outside of the hub. Very cool. I think I would have been dumpster diving if you wouldn't have said something.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. You'd notice it during install. So.
Okay. All right, so this is got everything but the blades.
Where them blades at?
I was really impressed with WhirlWind's packaging. Looks like it was UPS, FedEx proofed. So I was really impressed with that.
They figured it out. This is the 72-inch Carbon Max. This is best suited for most direct drive applications, 6 cylinders, anything between 200 and 330 horse. So we talked about our spacer plate. We can go ahead and just set that on the base portion of our hub. That's the one that's going to mount to the motor.
Very good.
Lay the blades on, pitch marks up. Now while we're here, did you hear that little bit of
I did
sound?
hear the little bit.
So that's flashing, not tip balance material. It's actually nothing to be worried about.
Okay.
Whenever they build these, there is a bladder inside that leaves a couple of little seams in certain spots where there might be a little bit of flashing.
Okay.
It weighs, all that flashing together probably doesn't weigh a gram. You just hear a little bit of that sound.
All right, so no balancing issues going to be associated with that little rattle.
None of it. And if
Okay.
you are very concerned or you hear something that sounds like a golf ball in there, go ahead and give WhirlWind a call. They'll take care of you real quick.
Very good.
But now we've got our blades laid out. We're going to go ahead and drop our cap on. We'll take our small bolts
So the 3/8 bolts each side.
Those are our clamping bolts. So go ahead and just run those in finger tight.
Is this threaded?
It is threaded in the back of the hub, so unlike that power shift out there,
Right.
we do not need to hold a wrench on the back side.
Okay, wonderful. So 3/8 bolts, clamping bolts. They're threaded already, so just running them in finger tight.
And if that blade is laying on the hub and pulling down, it'll put the bolt a little bit crooked. We don't want to cross thread or force it, so you just a little bit of weight off that blade and it goes right on in.
Okay.
All right, now we're just going to snug up all these bolts.
All right, you want me to hold this up for you?
Yes, sir. And you see that pitch mark?
I see the pitch mark.
Easy front pitch marks, easy to read.
Okay.
What we're going to do is it's labeled left and right.
Okay.
This is a left-hand rotation prop.
Left-hand rotation prop.
We're going to go ahead and twist that to the 15-degree mark.
All right.
We don't know if that's what your motor's going to turn.
Right.
That's a very safe neutral mark to get started.
Okay.
So that we won't significantly overturn the prop.
All
Then
right.
we'll fine tune on the boat. And that's it, other than our 6 LXL bolts. So we're ready to go put this on the boat.
All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
So out of the shade and back into the heat, we got our prop pre-assembled. Now we're going to install it. So let's go.
All right, you clear?
We are started on all 6.
Awesome. I'll go ahead and take a wrench and go ahead and snug them down. We're not going to run the torque yet. Nope, no impact drivers.
Okay.
Let's do it by hand. That way we can feel if something's on the thread. We know that we're not over torquing.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to gald any of these bolts or inserts. Yep. And now you've turned the mags off,
Yes.
disconnected the battery. What we want to do is while it's all on there loose, before we spend a whole lot of time, is we'll turn everything through. Double check all of our clearances before we run it or do anything like that.
Ooh, that whirlwind blue looks good.
Everything look good to you?
We're not touching anything. Clearances look good all around. I like it. All right, let's torque her down.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and torque these down in a star pattern. Little bit at a time. We don't want to run any of them all the way to torque just yet.
And according to the install instructions and printed on the hub, we're going to 45 foot-pounds.
45 foot. All right, that's our LXL bolts. Now we're gonna go ahead and take another look at our pitch setting and our clamp bolts, and we're gonna go ahead and torque those down.
The 3/8 bolts go to 25 foot-pounds.
That is correct.
All right, so the install is done. We're ready to fire this thing up. We're going to double check the install instructions, make sure we hit all our points, and then we're going to go at it.
So what we're gonna do, walk around the boat,
Okay.
make sure that there's no tools left in it, nothing in the bottom that could slide up. We've already done our inspection of the back of the motor.
Right.
We want to look on top of the motor. That's where most people will leave a wrench or something like that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go ahead and crank it up. We're gonna run it up to 2,000 RPMs,
Okay.
hold it for a few seconds. We're gonna back it off and go ahead and double check all the torque bolts. Just go back and do a visual, make sure that there's nothing going on with the blades. Right on.
All right, so we held it at 2,000 for just a few seconds.
Let's go ahead and just double check everything.
Okay, and would we want to double check our torque or?
Yep, we are absolutely going to double check our torque.
Very good, absolutely.
We'll go ahead and grab the tip of the blade and give it a little wiggle back and forth.
All right.
Make sure we don't feel any slop in the hub or anything like that. All right, now we'll double check our torque.
Gotcha.
Let's see how fast we get to wide open.
Okay.
Now, if you exceed 3,000, go ahead and back off. Let's put some pitch in the blade.
All right.
If you don't get to 3,000, hold it in about 5 seconds to see really what we've got.
All right.
What do we get, Michael?
So we got 26 on that run.
All right, we're a little heavy on pitch then.
So we got to take some pitch out or put some in.
We're gonna take some pitch out.
All right, let's take a little bit of pitch out. All right, so we took the pitch from a solid 15 down to about a 13, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if we can't push it a little bit higher on the RPMs.
What's more fun than working on airboats every day?
I tell you.
It even feels smoother.
Yeah.
That's money, brother.
So that was 28 and a quarter.
Yep.
I think we're there. What do you think?
That's it. Hit the water. Now, we're
We're
gonna
ready to
go
ride.
ahead and do a double check on this.
Okay.
We've got RPMs where we want them. Everything feels smooth.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And we know it's safe to hit the water.
So with my boat done, we're gonna power through my dad's boat. We're gonna put the 3-blade Carbon Max in on his boat and see if it can turn it. All right, so with this setup, we're not gonna be able to pre-assemble the prop. We're gonna have to assemble it inside the cage as we go.
All right, boys, bring me some blades. That is quite smooth.
All right, so our shakedown run is good. We're going to see what this thing can turn.
Shakedown's good. Let's see. $9.53. I'd say let's put a little pitch in it.
So we're turning 29.50. We're gonna put a little bit more pitch into it.
Put it like 28.75 and bounce it up to 29 and hold it. So it made a little difference. I'd say we leave it right there.
I think we're there. Okay, so we're back out here. We got the new prop installed. Let's do some runs.